All right, we're gonna start out this video with a laugh because I know my production value is pretty shit, but we're working on it. You see this fucking impeccable backdrop? Look at it in all its glory. Not only that, but look at this bad boy. Oh yeah, that's a fucking sexy ass microphone, if I do say so myself. Now I don't know how shitty that's gonna sound having picked it up and what have you. Oh god. There's the gain. I'm gonna leave that. I messed with the gain. And I just went through a couple test videos. Anyway, where am I at? So my first video was me awkwardly bumbling into the microphone as an introduction because I don't make videos. I don't talk to a camera. I don't really express myself like this, but we're working on it. So where are we at? I have been on quite the trajectory in the last month or two. I'm essentially been doing a dopamine detox. I have been torturing myself in every way imaginable. And it's been amazing actually. So, I quit drinking about a month ago. I think it's been 4 solid weeks. I wouldn't say that I'm an alcoholic. I'm self-aware enough to stop, when I feel like I'm going overboard, but I am a binge drinker. Whenever I do drink, I go bananas and I always feel like trash the next day. And I think those effects actually last longer than that. I think they carry on throughout the week. So, and I've done that for a long time. I think, I watched an Andrew Huberman podcast, which I'd been trying to stop doing this anyway, but it was a pretty fascinating insight into just how detrimental alcohol is to the body and to the mind and how it affects your dopamine system, yada, yada. Watch Andrew Huberman's podcast. I'm not going to go into too much depth. Everyone, I think, innately knows that alcohol is not the best for you. And a lot of things that make you feel good in the moment, definitely not the best for you. So anyways, I stopped doing that about a month ago. I have been committed to waking up early. The very first thing I do, 2 mile run. I have it measured out. I run the same course every day. Sometimes I don't get out of bed quite when I want to. Oh yeah, first thing I do is I take Athletic Greens. Give me a sponsorship. AG1, what's up, baby? Yeah, I actually bit on an ad from other podcasters, YouTubers, whatever. So we take some AG1, we go for a run, we come back. I do either a calisthenics workout, which will be like pull-ups, dips, leg raises. Sometimes it'll be a kettlebell workout. Sometimes I'll just focus on abs. And so like Monday, Wednesday, Friday are the goals to hit it heavier. Tuesday, Thursday, a little less intense, but still committing to something. And I'm not perfect at this. And I'm throwing myself a bone here because consistency is the name of the game for me right now. I'm still doing this shit every day. It's not always perfect. And so then another thing I'm doing is we go into work. I actually walk my ass to work. And Monday, Friday, it's going to be completely empty. I'm in IT. No one goes to the office. Everyone is more than happy to stay at home. I had a little bit of bitterness and resentment about this because I think it's not a very healthy way to live your life. I think it's important to leave your home, to have a transition of setting, to get up and do something every day. Don't get me wrong, for the first year of 2020, I spent pretty much most of that time working from home, getting up, crawling out of bed just in time to hit the morning meeting, wearing nothing but like sweats and a t-shirt, not too pressed, to get ready. I didn't enjoy that much. Slowly it was like weighing on my mind. Like I just didn't feel good staying at home like that. It's very boring, not very stimulating, and I don't think it's a good place to be for growth and development. But whatever, everybody's got to live the life that they want to live. If people would rather stay at home, then who am I to say that they shouldn't? So I'm trying to be more accepting of other people's points of view. But my current point of view is that staying home is one of those things, like many things, that feels good and is easy. I don't think that it's actually healthy or good for you. It's kind of like eating fast food or eating ice cream, indulgent. And it's also very privileged. I think it's, I do feel some level of guilt knowing that everyone's out there, driving, delivering our goods, delivering our Amazon packages, preparing our food. And then there's some privileged class of us that gets to stay at home and just work from a laptop. whatever. I don't know. I have a lot of different mixed feelings about it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's bad for me, but that's where I'm at. So I commit to going in. What else am I doing for my? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. After we get done working out, we do the most asinine, crazy thing. If you would have brought this up to me years ago, but I get into a piping, not hot, not piping hot, a freezing cold shower. Maxed out cold, jump in on my face and chest, turn around, spin. Within 30 seconds you adjust, but it is quite miserable at first. It's not very comfortable. So, I mean, honestly, it's one of the hardest things I'll do throughout the day is to do that. And I've done it so much that it's actually not even that hard. It's like moments of discomfort, and then we adjust, and then we're good to go, ready to get after it. Then we walk to work. So yeah, that's another thing that I'm doing. What else am I doing? Just recently, I had set an alarm for myself to do this, but journaling. I'd been meaning to do this probably for a decade, for definitely many years. It occurred to me that I should write things out. I should write out my thoughts. I used to actually be a really good writer when I was younger. Not to toot my own horn, most people gave me those accolades and praise. It was just something that I was innately good at. I read many books as a kid, very avid reader, strong command of the English language. And so I did enjoy writing. It was a cathartic process. Somewhere along the line, I guess I lost the attention span for it. I got distracted by movies, video games, social media, just the quick dopamine hits. In fact, reading has been something that I've struggled to do recently in the last many years. I have read some books, I've gotten back on the path and then fallen right back off. The consumption of video is like just so much more stimulating and easier to consume. And I mean, maybe that's the future, but I do think there's still a lot of value in reading. Yeah, kind of lost my train of thought. But the point is now I've started journaling. I've only journaled 2 entries. I got my journal from Amazon 2 days ago. Did it the first day, did it yesterday. I'll do it tonight. No commitment for how much. It's just basically just like writing out the thoughts. And the interesting thing is I've journaled by typing, and when I write, I cannot keep up with my thoughts. Now, if I type very fast, 90 to 100 plus words per minute, depending on how I'm feeling. So I can type faster than I can think a lot of times. I'll just rattle off, my thoughts, and then I'm sitting there thinking about more things. Maybe I'll edit it. That's another trap, is that when you type it, I have a compulsion to edit what I'm writing. It's like curating it in the moment. But like, I guess the interesting thing about writing it is that it's more permanent. I'm writing with a pen, so let the thoughts flow out. No corrections. You just blah, blah, blah. And I can't even write as fast as I can think. So it's like nonstop writing. And actually it cramped my hand up a little bit because I haven't done this in a while. So that's another practice. What else have we done? This gets on the hokey side. I felt corny doing this, but it's really a positive thing. But I started doing affirmations, saying really nice things to myself. All the corny shit like I'm worthy of love, I'm a good, compassionate person, I'm intelligent, I'm successful, I'm charismatic, blah, blah, blah. Just saying all these positive qualities about myself. And it felt very strange at first, but I noticed an immediate benefit the next day. Don't have enough variables yet is what I was thinking the next day, so I did it again. And I don't know, drawing a correlation, I was having a lot better days, and my thoughts, my negative patterns were being interrupted more often. I wouldn't think twice about shitting on myself or like making a mistake and just like agonizing over it in my head. So that's been fascinating. I've been doing that at night, a little routine, trying to say nice things to myself, trying to reprogram, rewire. Had a lot of toxic thoughts that have run through my head over the years, and I guess it's just, it's autopilot. That's the whole point, getting off of autopilot. My whole life has been on autopilot. Most people's lives are on autopilots. We all do the same thing every day. We do what's comfortable. We do what's easy. And this whole thing that I'm on right now, it's doing what's not easy, doing what's different, breaking the monotony. That's what I'm all about right now. I don't even know what the fuck this channel is going to be or what. I mean, eventually I want to talk about, hot takes on philosophical culture issues. But for now, I guess I'm kind of just documenting a transformation. I don't know. I've gone through moments like this in the past. Like I'll have like a really big crash, something traumatic will happen. Usually it's like a relationship coming to an end. and I'll have this like coming to Jesus moment where I'm like reevaluating my whole life, and I get back on the gym, and I'm like back on these good habits, and then it like slowly peters out over time. But this feels way different. I've gone to such an extreme, and I've been so disciplined for so long. I like feel a fire, like it gives me chills thinking about it. Like I am excited for what the future holds. All of us can change. We can change the patterns, the programming, the things that you say to yourself, and I feel it working. It's incredible. I feel like to use this analogy, and I've heard it somewhere else, is like I feel like I have, I can't think of what it's called, but basically, left orbit. I've left the gravitational escape velocity. That's what I'm thinking of. I've achieved escape velocity. Sometimes the rocket ship is blown up before it even left the pad. Sometimes it runs out of fuel, but I feel like I've actually achieved escape velocity. Like I'm leaving the atmosphere and we're off to bigger and better things with no boundaries. There's no limits. All of this is just created from in here. You know what I'm saying? Like you create this whole thing. So if you're having a bad time, it's probably your fault. I know that all the bad times I had were pretty much my fault. Now, mind you, a lot of circumstances that you can't control kind of like put you down there. But I don't know. I guess you got to uncover this technology, the psychology of how this, this machine, this computer rather, works. And so I feel great. And I'm looking forward to doing more. So my biggest goal right now is to figure out how to be another member of the community online, on YouTube, how to grow this, me expressing myself through video and voice. That's what we want to do. Don't even know exactly what it looks like. Maybe one day I'll be another talking head on a panel of other people that I admire and respect. That's the ultimate goal. To be someone that people like to listen to and say, man, that guy's got a reasonable way to look at that. And because I do that all the time. I like hearing what other people have to say, how people are interpreting the current state of affairs, as it were. And maybe some people would appreciate hearing my take, So hell yeah, that's what we're going for. And it's going to be interesting because if I post the last video I posted, that one was really awkward, very I don't know where I was going with it. It's kind of like hit and miss. I've watched it several times. It was like 9 minutes long, but it was basically trying to get this started. I felt the discomfort of having never done this, and it was like, starting something new, a little bit of anxiety, but I did it anyway. And as I got through the video towards the end, I felt like we were getting somewhere. And so now we've got the new microphone, the sexy ass HyperX. This thing's pretty amazing looking LED. It's like a gamer mic, but whatever. It looked cool and I had to get it. I looked at and then when I was about to start this, I was looking at the backdrop, and so I went out of my way just to change the backdrop because I think that shit's important. Like if you look at the last video, it's like clutter. I have this giant TV box, which is actually what I used to cover up, and I still need to get rid of this and my old TV. But so I guess that being said, I'm not sure where else to go with this. This is kind of just a video journal of where I'm at, where I'd like to go, and how we're feeling. So thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.